So here's Andrew Anderson. We watched him pull that last match against Tommy and starts off with a strike here. Ball reaction still looking pretty good here for Andrew Anderson. It'll be interesting to see what we get out of Kris Prather on his first shot.
Well, and I think Andrew's playing deeper on the lane, so I don't think anything that went down the lane affects him. Anthony may be a different story. Getting out of these first couple frames will be big for Kris. It's been a while since he's been on TV. No titles yet.
And we talked to Kris yesterday after the first round as he gets that ball right and just leaves a stone-cold 8-pin on his first shot. But Kris told me that he actually does not like throwing urethane, so you won't see him throw it too often. And so no surprise that he's throwing reactive here to start.
Well, and he's got some tricks too, and he's got the ability to get his ball roll much more end over end than a lot of players, and so he can control those bigger, stronger reactive balls. And by stronger, I mean earlier rolling reactive balls, and make them shape the lane and be a little more consistent.
So Prather picks up the spare. We do want to remind you to watch the 2018 U.S. Open, October 26th to the 30th, live on FloBowling. Don't miss a moment of bowling's best going head-to-head in one of the most challenging events in the sport to claim the coveted green jacket. We had a couple of players who withdrew coming into this week, Norm Duke and Pete Weber, both with injuries, and I talked to both of them for stories last week on FloBowling.com, and they both said they wanted to get healthy so that they could be at their best for the U.S. Open because it's a major, it is a big event. So make sure you tune in to watch that here live on FloBowling as Kris Prather flirts with the gutter and gets it back for the strike here in the second frame.
Yeah, he's using a daredevil trick, and that was the ball that he was planning on using. If he was going to play fairly straight, that's what he's going to do. If he has to jump in a little bit, he'll go to a bigger ball as well, like an alpha crux or a physics. And that would be to jump in there where Andrew's at. Big shot here. See if that one in the ninth was a one-off, or can he make it do it every time now?
It looks like he's a little more direct on that right lane.
Everybody is because of how much tighter it is down lane.
Yeah.
But what he's done is he's right, but also rolling it more on that lane where he's getting around it a little bit more on the left lane.
I think people who watch at home and don't necessarily get to watch you guys bowl in person, it's hard to really appreciate the kind of small tricks that you do with your wrists and your releases and the ball speed to really get the ball to do what you want to do. It's pretty amazing some of the stuff that you guys can do with a bowling ball.
Yeah, it's about an 8 to 10 degree change in axis rotation, which is more of a feel play. Where he's at in there, he's grabbing at it a little bit more up the back of it, making sure it gets started, and it's part of the maturation process for a young player, and he's getting there quickly.
Yeah, that's one of the big differences between those who are great or good and those who are great. And Andrew gets that one out. It looks like they're starting to pitch it more and more toward the edge of the lane there, 1-2 board, and with success. It's a triple to start for Anderson.
Well, they're feeling that friction in the front, which is making them feel like they're moving left and not really moving their eyes. But then once you get through that early spot in the front, then it's pushing an extra 3 feet, 4 feet further. Fortunately, on that left lane, it still makes it back. That's the difference between the left lane and the right lane. It won't make it back on the right lane if you get it there.
Looks like a pretty decent shot there out of Prather as he gets the 8-pin to carry that time. Not uncommon, not that I want to jinx anybody here, but when we get to this point where you're pitching it, left to right toward the gutter, it's not uncommon to see players throw gutter balls on this pattern. It happened quite a bit this week so far.
There was a ton of them. There's not a lot of hook off of one. Like Prather actually did get it going to the right and got it further right than almost anybody else, but he got it there early enough with the ball that rolled soon enough that it came off of it. If he gets it there 3-4 feet later, it goes in.
All right, here's Prather working on the double. Looking to turn it into a triple, and he gets it out there with the strike. And we're going to head down to Phil Brylow, lane side, with Tommy Jones.
Tommy, it was a lot of work out there tonight to stay clean. You were doing a good job till all of a sudden it looked like that left lane just transitioned in a weird way for you.
Yeah, we've been using urethane through both of the qualifying blocks for 2, maybe 3 games, and it just seemed like with the practice and the rev rate and the guys that really only got 1 game out of it, and I should have got out of it and switched to the reactive ball, and just didn't pull the trigger fast enough and missed a spare. And Andrew's bowling one of the best this year, or bowling the best this year so far, leading the points. You can't do that against a guy of his caliber.
No doubt about it. But a long week here left in Tulsa. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you, sir.
And Andrew with the trip 9 pin on that for the front 4. And Tommy said exactly what we thought. He actually wished he would have gotten out of that urethane even a little bit earlier. But the way he finished that match, it was hard. The first match, it was hard for him to get out of it. He was kind of stuck, I think.
Yeah.
There's another strike for Andrew Anderson, showing why he is, I would say, the odds-on favorite right now for PBA Player of the Year. He's got the front 5 now. He's got a couple of titles, and he is right now the leader on the points list.
Yeah, I saw both shots actually hooked a little bit more. He's going to have to make a little bit of a move. Got 2 guys throwing reactives now. They got some surface on them. They're going to start chewing up the front of the lane and actually the mid lane also, whereas opposed to the urethane was just taking it off the front and putting it in the back.
Prather. Oh, another
no.
8-pin.
Oh,
that
no.
is 2 8-pins on that right lane, and an unbelievably bad break for Prather. That is absolutely brutal. Tough enough bowling for, to try to win your first title, but when you get bad breaks like that, it just stings.
There's nothing you can do. It's a perfect shot. Watch this one. Watch the 5-pin. Just gets chopped straight back.
Yeah. He picks up the spare. I mean, Kris, ideally you want the ball to split the 8-9, right? To go right through it to take that out of play. But that was not that bad of a shot.
Oh, no, there's nothing bad about that one at all. It's basically a pin getting back to the 5-pin before the ball and getting shoved back behind it. Incredibly bad luck. It's terrible luck to have it happen once and twice in a match where both guys seem to be pretty well lined up and kind of got them figured out right now. Games 3 and 4 is when some of the biggest scores happened as guys got transitioned into the right pairs and in the right balls.
It looks like Prather has got the right ball. He's got the right look, and he very easily could have the front 6 in this match.
Maybe one of the things this will work into, though, is that now it's not pressure. You can work this into feeling like, hey, they owe me. You can make yourself a little mad, chase away some of the nerves, and get really super aggressive right here, and keep a lot of pressure on.
Andrew Anderson, front 5.
Ooh.
That one wiggled a little right, comes up light and hits it and
You
carries.
can visibly see that ball slow down and then speed up and then try and make it back again.
You noticed that in practice, too, before we even came on air, that happened to Andrew specifically on that right lane.
Watch. Here, there.
Yeah.
At 25 feet, it was slowing down and starting to go, and then it lost all its traction. I mean, literally hydroplaned.
Yeah.
For about 3 feet, 4 feet. Very fortunate that made it back.
Can he make it? 7. Yes, he can. Andrew Anderson making the Wolf pattern look easy here in the semifinal. 7 in a row.
Well, my fellow Shocker alum is certainly up against the 8-ball now. Andrew grabbed his ball.
Yeah, maybe get some tape or something? I don't know. Prather with the little hip wiggle there before he tosses this. If he leaves an 8-pin, he may not come back tomorrow. All right, no 8-pin on that shot. Gets the strike.
He gets one of them back there because that hit in the half 10 spot on that lane, and he got one break back. Well, although
but still,
I imagine he wouldn't have minded having a spare 5-bagger before it happened.
Yeah, still a 31-pin deficit for Prather now.
Still
after
269.
Yeah, he's still not out of this by any means.
Anderson's on a 250. 250 and change pace. So
But every strike critical now here for Prather as he tries to make a comeback and leaves a brutal 10-pin in the 8th.
the hopeless, not hopeless, a helpless feeling, where he's really executed everything you can execute here. He's thrown 8 great shots. He knows, and he knew that was a great shot off his hand. 2 sonates and a ring 10. His worst shot is a half pocket. Kind of, we snapped the 10 out on the lane where guys haven't been able to get it out. It's he's bowled a fantastic game. Now, at this point, where 248 is his max score, Andrew Anderson needs 3 marks.
Yeah, stay clean, and he's in good shape. So here's Andrew Anderson, 8th frame, front 7. Looking to stay perfect. The messenger tomahawks across and takes out the 10. What a big break there for Andrew Anderson. Wow, not much you can say about that, huh?
The head pin came back across, and it hit.
Get the quick reaction there out of Andrew.
Yeah, he thought he left a 10 pin there for sure. I'm pretty sure that was like the 5 pin that was still sitting there. The head pin came across and knocked the 5 into the.
So here we go. Another strike, front 9 now for Anderson, and he will advance to the championship match against Anthony Simonson. But some work to be done here. We won't talk about it, but some exciting moves left here in this game. As Andrew looks really loose right now, and he should be. He's got 9 strikes in a row. And talk about tough luck for Kris Prather. He has bowled a pretty solid game. It doesn't matter now, so you can kind of disregard that shot. But Kris, is it tougher to lose when you've made great shots like that and haven't carried versus just bowling bad?
It's different. There's disappointment. You look back, you go, I could have done this. I could have done this. I should have. Like Tommy, I could have got out of that ball sooner. I could have done, some things. This is really, like I said, it's kind of helpless because you go, well, I don't know what I would have done different. I threw those first 8 shots. He threw them where he wanted to. They all got to the right spot. He didn't miss it. There weren't any faulty shots there, and he was shut out.
It's really hard to second guess yourself when you have made quality shots and you just didn't get the breaks. It's not like he's coming up light and leaving 2 pins or 2 10s or, this is quality shots, quality game, and, he's bowled a good game, and it's just not going to be enough.
I felt like that was one of my strengths is, even if I lost on TV or if I lost but there was something to learn, you figure out what to learn. But there's a few games that were like that where you just go, they just didn't leave me any room, I 10-pinned in the second frame and I was shut out.
Well, Prather is going to lose here in the semifinal, finished 3rd, and that matches his best finish in a PBA event. He finished 3rd at the Extra Frame Parkside Lanes Open in 2016. So he had a very good start to this season. So Prather's on his way to potentially, one day winning his first title. I don't think it'll be long. But here's Andrew Anderson.
Kris is a very good bowler, that's for sure. He finished 6th in this tournament 2 years ago. Here we go.
Andrew Anderson, front 9.
Number 10.
Comes up light and mixes it for the strike, and he can't believe he's carried 10 strikes in a row.
That one went by it, too. And went by it, went back by the break point. Got a little bit too long.
So lots of drama here in our semi-final. Andrew Anderson, 10 in a row. Looking to make it 11. Gets the strike again, and Andrew Anderson is just,
really
it seems like he hits the 1-3 pocket, and no matter how or why, he carries. It's just everything's going his way this game, and, the opportunity here for a little bit of a magic moment for Andrew Anderson.
When there's money on the line, I like this one to strike. But at this point, you almost wanted to
Here we go. Last shot for 300. Oh, he yanks it through the face for the 3-6-10 and 297. Andrew Anderson, 297, 227. Your winner here in the semifinal, and I'm sure he'd like to have that shot back. But in reality, it doesn't really matter that much. It would have been fun to see, but you know, Andrew probably needs to wind down now and get ready for that championship match. Sometimes bowling a 300 can actually amp you up a little bit too much.
Yeah, the adrenaline gets flown a little bit too high, and then you come off of it while you're waiting in between, and then the most common thing is the next shot goes high.
All right, we're going to go down to Phil Brylow, lane side with Andrew Anderson.
Andrew, hell of a run.
Yeah.
12th ball, a little bit high. That one just kind of creep out of your hand a little off, or
You know, this wasn't my best shot of that game for sure. I have quite a few boards out there, and to hit the one I can't strike at isn't very good. But you know, it might be a blessing in disguise. You know, calm the nerves down before the next game and bowl for a title. So.
what are you seeing develop out there between the left lane and the right lane? We're far enough away. You're not giving anything away to Simonson, so.
Yeah, right lane started way tighter, and now it's hooking 4 more. So, big flip-flop there. Him having me finish on the right lane, I wasn't too mad about it because I saw it developing. And, you know, Simon's going to be tough, so he's going to figure it out pretty quick.
Take a couple minutes, take a couple of breaths. Good luck to you in the championship match.
Thank you.